So it wasn't a brilliant start to the competition, but there is certainly no cause to panic just yet. A place in the next stage is well within reach if, and it is a fairly big if, they can take all 3 points here to add to the solitary point they already had in the bag. There are, of course, so many permutations, combinations, that the various potential outcomes of this game could lead to, but there is never any space for debate as to what the team should be going for. They know what they've got to do. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. Truly a crunch game, a time for both sides to deliver.
Well, having drawn their opening game, Peter, I think there's a little more pressure to win this one rather than leave it to the final match and endure a more nail-biting encounter. That should be reflected with a purpose and an urgency from them, so I think we might get something lively.
So it's away we go then. Tries to dink it in. Away from immediate danger. Forward it goes. He's got options out wide. And he's on a charge. It is quite a run he's making here. He gets past. Oh, shooting chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Still a cracking effort. Really looked like a man on a mission the way he went through on goal.
Tries to get it forward quickly. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Gets a good foot in there. That's the through ball. Room for a shot. Hits one! No, that wasn't kidding anyone.
Well, it could have been and probably should have been a different choice of finish. There was lower space to hit.
No question, that's a foul. And that's a throw-in. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Foot in. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Gets it upfield. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. The first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
So they head in no further forward. The score here still 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
And it's been taken straight back. Now the counter. He's played him through. Goalkeeper's ball. Just about up to the hour now. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection of what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that chance!
A real chance and a real let-off.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
Hoists it forward. And help's available out wide. And he's cut it out. Plays it out to the flank. He's away! He's gone for it! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Time for a change in personnel.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner. They're playing as if time is on their side when it's fast running out. They've got to quicken this up.
Shot at goal! Yes! He's done it! Finally! 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 Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. It was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
Deadlock broken. It's 1-0. Deep into stoppage time. Just a few more moments for them to hang on. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a game. End to end, it flew by, and in the end, it all came down to just the odd goal. 1-1, drawn 1, 4 points from 6, and looking good. Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away.
Well, it is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages, one of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Well, some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
For just joining us, we are already underway. Well played, he saw that coming. Well, that's where he wants it. Played out to the right, and it's got through. Too long, and over the line. Gets wrestled off the ball. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Keeper's got good distance on that. There's a long ball. Played into space out wide.
No efforts on target is acceptable if levels of enthusiasm and energy are good, and they're not.
He's played him through. It's a loose ball. The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Ball's out on the left now. Knocks it away. Finds himself eased off the ball. Hits one! Just a whisker away. No, that's not the ball he wanted. Hoists it forward. He's gone for it! And he's found the net! And right on half-time, that is telling.
And how about the timing of the pass and run? They've worked it before, and no doubt they'll work it again.
Big occasion. That's the whistle for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now. Any strong opinions on the first half?
A lead that's fully justified for me. They've shown some excellent counter-attacking now, and it's paying dividends.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Built as the single goal between the sides. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
Brushed off the ball there. Could move up a gear here. That's good progress he's made on the ball. Where to next?
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Well positioned to make that interception. Up for the header! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
So here comes a substitution. So we have a double substitution going on here. Impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Pings it out wide, looking for a decent ball in. Has a goal! No mistake! They have done it! They have their equaliser! Lovely goal, perfect poise to set himself for the strike. Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, that goal just serves to give them the momentum and psychological edge now at this stage, but for me, they've got to chase a winner.
Game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Up to meet it! No, he didn't quite meet it right. He's through. Has a pop! Gets good distance on it. Here it is now. He's had a shot! And that may well be that. That is that. So nothing between them after all of that. And you can't really argue with the result. Now the manager too unhappy with the outcome. And the fans really well entertained. It's all square in the end. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning...
Well, it is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. Well, some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat could spell curtains, but as a glass-half-full person, hopes and dreams are still intact, and this can be the start of a revival that the doubters are not quite expecting. Their motivation can be taken from a wish to shove it back down their throats.
So it's away we go then. Could be a chance, goes for goal! Decent enough try.
That's just unfortunate, really, really unfortunate.
He's had that put on a plate. Good challenge, excellent challenge. That'll be a throw-in. Done very well to intervene. Side yet able to force a breakthrough here. He's had a goal! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
And it's played forward. It was a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. And the weighted pass. Still waiting for the first goal. The ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. You can get that clear. That is going to be the final action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. We're promptly into the second 45 minutes. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? Tries to locate someone up front. Gets the better of his man. That's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Plays it out to the flank. Shapes to shoot! He has done it! The breakthrough strike! Well, from right in front of goal, there was no way he was going to miss.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
Tries to get it forward quickly.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
He's made sure that that won't get through. Oh, real danger here. Going for goal! Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
That has been cleared.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Hoists it forward, cuts it out. Forward it goes. A real chance to break. Almost there, and the players can feel it. Played out to the right. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And a shot! And that has been clubbed away. And that's been levered clear. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny, just a goal in it, but that was enough. Well, they've done what they needed to here. They have bounced back from defeat on day one. It is a win that keeps them bang in contention.
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
Well, it is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. Well, some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Well, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom simply because you've lost one game. That can be rescued quite quickly here, with a great chance of turning fortunes round and lifting spirits and just creating much more optimism. And they can still emerge from this group. Their hopes and dreams are very much alive from the way I see it.
Well, we're underway. There's a long ball. Forward it goes. And now the breakaway goes long. It's the through ball. And it's the goalkeeper's to claim. Just brushed off the ball there. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that's a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Lever clear. Out to the left it goes. Plays a clever pass. He's made sure that that won't get through. He's in! It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? He's got options out wide. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Dashing forward at pace. Cuts it out. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. And the first half is done. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. The first half compared with your expectations?
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
After 45 minutes it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. So we're already into the second period. A tight old game so far. Can that change now? Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Good idea, just poorly executed. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. It's being played forward. Done very well to intervene. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Battles to win it back. Hits one! And here's the chance to counter. Looks to dink one in. Oh, good interception. Going through, goes for goal! It's off target and by quite a way.
OK, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
So here comes the substitution. Surely, he's tried one! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
Can't get the better of his opposite number. It's come loose. Get it forward quickly.
There's only one word for this, it's baffling. That team needs to figure out where the ball needs to be, and it's not there.
He's got away. Played into the middle.
Well, when the options aren't quite present in the box, it's the crosser's interest to hold on for the support.
Has a shot! Oh, that's incredible! And that's got to be it! That has got to be it! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Ah, you've got to love that. Concentration, conviction, contact, and sheer class.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0. And that is that. One goal settled it, a tense and exciting game that just got away. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close the deal.
It is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. Well, some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat could spell curtains, but as a glass-half-full person, hopes and dreams are still intact, and this can be the start of a revival that the doubters are not quite expecting. Their motivation can be taken from a wish to shove it back down their throats.
So it's away we go then. Hit long and direct. Forward it goes. Hoists it forward. Has he picked him out? That's offside. Yes, it is. Gets it upfield. Decent looking ball. And he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. And it's played forward. Let's put a stop to that. Turns and goes back. Tries a shot! Mighty close.
That's just plain unlucky. There were many, me included, who thought that was going in.
No question, that's a foul. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Tries to get it forward quickly. Breaks on here, and he's onside. He's had a shot! Goalkeeper's ball. Hoists it forward. Has he found his man? Gets the better of his man. And it's the goalkeeper's to claim. Half-time getting close now. And help's available out wide. Oh, shooting chance! And it's a goal! With half-time at hand. Perfect timing. Well, you've got to say the odds on him missing from there were very slim.
Well, it's pretty damning on the part of that defence, Peter, that he was allowed so much time and space. But I think you have to give credit where it's due. And it was a brilliant setup and finish.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Keeper has beaten it away. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And there'll be of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight.
Well, you obviously have to give credit to the front and to the half-time lead, but I think the midfield can really pat themselves on the back too. They worked tirelessly for me.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And the second half gets underway. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Receives it in a good... Has a hit! Tries to get it clear. Gets it back. And the through ball is intercepted. And the counter is on.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Can't get the better of his opposite number. Tried to play it through.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
He's had... And the finish! Danger averted for now. No way through there.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. The referee's awarded a free kick. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Keeper's got good distance on that. Finds himself eased off the ball. Just a few more moments for them to hang on. Played out to the right. Gets into some space. And that will be the final act. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny. Just a goal in it. But that was enough. Well, they've done what they needed to here. They have bounced back from defeat on day one. It is a win that keeps them bang in contention. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I'm sure a more comfortable margin would have been preferable, but you can't expect to get your way all the time.
It is only the second game in the group phase, but already this is crunch time for some, certainly those who have suffered defeat in their opening game. The prospect of an early exit already hangs above their heads. The players and managers have to put a brave face on it in the pre-match press conference, but that is not going to change the overwhelming truth here, and that is that they really must seek to avoid defeat. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. Well, some in the media have dubbed this already a desperation derby.
Yeah, Peter, I think it's true that another defeat could spell curtains, but as a glass-half-full person, hopes and dreams are still intact, and this can be the start of a revival that the doubters are not quite expecting. Their motivation can be taken from a wish to shove it back down their throats.
So we're up and running. Chip through. Tries to get it forward quickly. Dinks one in. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. Gets on the end of it. He's gone for it. They score! Pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
It's rarely a problem when that much time is afforded in the penalty box. Nobody sensed where the danger was lurking, and the finish was made a lot easier.
Deadlock broken. It's 1-0.
Still a fragile lead, though. They can't afford to sit on this.
Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. And the shot! Oh, that is very close.
Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Tries to locate someone up front. A chance! Shapes to shoot! He scores! All too easy. They are in danger of disappearing out of sight. And that really is so impressive.
That's always a great sight, you know, on a football pitch. Nimble-footed, showed great balance and a really cool head to finish. And that kind of dribbling was really smart.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that second goal has given them so much more command and confidence now, and they should be able to take it on from here and either add to their lead or close it out. Surely they'll manage one or the other.
It's being played forward. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Fence has got rid of that. That'll be the final action of the first half. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with a another show of strength.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time. And the action is back on the way. He's made sure that that won't get through. Shoots! Sticks it away! The second half sparks straight into life. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they probably needed an early goal in this half just to give them the confidence and belief to push on and look for an equaliser.
And it's been taken straight back. Big chance! Forward it goes. It's the through ball. Shot at goal! He scored! And this is getting better and better.
Yeah, the pass was bang on, and he just had to ensure he didn't stray offside. The finish was actually bang on too.
He's made it 2, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Plays it out to the wing. Can he find a finish now? It's a decent-looking cross.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
And help's available out wide. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Shoots! Oh, that is rather wayward. Some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. So we have a double substitution going on here. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. And that's it. A decent win via a very competent performance. Without doubt they were the better side. The result reflects as much. Well, they really needed that. Nothing decided yet, but they are in it going into the final group game. Your final thoughts, Jim?
I think it's all about setting the right tone at the start of the match, and if you can back that up with an early goal, it just
So it wasn't a brilliant start to the competition, but there is certainly no cause to panic just yet. A place in the next stage is well within reach if, and it is a fairly big if, they can take all 3 points here to add to the solitary point they already have in the bag. There are, of course, so many permutations, combinations that the various potential outcomes of this game could lead to, but there is never any space for debate as to what the team should be going for. They know what they've got to do. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue. Quite a sight to behold. Truly a crunch game, a time for both sides to deliver.
Well, having drawn their opening game, Peter, I think there's a little more pressure to win this one rather than leave it to the final match and endure a more nail-biting encounter. That should be reflected with a purpose and an urgency from them, so I think we might get something lively.
So we're up and running. Hoists it forward. He's left his man. Got a sight of goal here. Has a hit! And he's done it! And the game springs instantly to life. A pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
Poor defending or not, that was a clinical finish. Both the movement and the execution were top drawer.
Deadlock broken. It's 1-0.
Still a fragile lead, though. They can't afford to sit on this.
Battles to win it back. There has been just the early goal here, and the score is 1-0. Cuts it out. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Gets the better of his man.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Shapes to shoot! In it goes!
Looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, if anyone in this stadium thinks they haven't got value for money, I give up.
Played the ball, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking. Going through. Keeper sends it forward. It's got through. Oh, great ball! Shoots! Back of the net! And they've got their lead back. Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah, he just calmly faced the keeper and waited. It became a who blinks first situation. And for me, there was never any doubt as to who was going to come out on top.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Out to the right. Just brushed off the ball there. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So a really good half of football. 3 goals and just one separating them.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period.
Well, we've had plenty to go at in that first half, Peter, and it's a fragile lead that could quite easily change hands in the second. If you like your football unpredictable, I think you're at the right match.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2 goals to 1. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Gets wrestled off the ball. Well read, he sorted that out. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. He gets past his man.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight.
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
He's made sure that that won't get through. And he's on a charge. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. We've got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
I think he's put in a good shift, and their fans appreciate that. I think he can feel pretty happy.
Oh, diving header! And he heaves it forward.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Looks to play him in, but a minor communications breakdown. 5 minutes left on the clock. It is just a question of running down the clock now. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. And he's going long. He's got away. Going for goal! Sticks it away! And this is getting better and better.
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
And that is that. So they bask in their win, a genuinely professional performance, and a result which is well deserved. 1-1, drawn 1, 4 points from 6, and looking good. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, if ever there was a good tone setter for a football match, that was it. First minutes, first shot, first goal, and it set them up.
Hello and welcome all to what I'm sure is going to be an unmissable game. Here's the key information. We have a side looking to make it into the exclusive knockout stage of the competition. A victory does it, but anything less than that could lead to all sorts of complications. Everybody is ready to go once we have the formalities out of the way. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. So they need a win. They need a win to get them over the line.
Well, Peter, the question that comes to mind is how much do they want it? These players know that this could be the gateway for bigger things. Progression, for starters, brings greater financial reward. It increases the brand power and can enhance the whole business side of things. Individual player profile elevation is also a huge incentive. Careers can be catapulted from this. It's worth remembering.
Well, we're on the way. There's a long ball. Just brushed off the ball there. Goalkeeper's ball. Tries to get it forward quickly. And help's available out wide. And he's cut it out. He's got options out wide. Here it comes. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Plays it out to the wing. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, hits one! Oh, it's there!
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
That's the way you go about things if you want to qualify. It's superb.
He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Now, that's a foul, free kick's been given. And he has shown him a yellow card. Looks to dink one in. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. And it's played forward. Cuts it out. Hoists it forward. Referee's given a throw. Good challenge, he just stood firm. And there's the end of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight.
Well, this team has found a real rhythm to their game. The players seem to have clicked well. There's good movement off the ball. The passes are sticking. No one's afraid to have a go.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at... So just 45 minutes to decide the fate of this group.
Well, 1-0 may be good enough, so they may err on the side of caution and get more players behind the ball instead of running beyond it. They could even try to spoil it from here, we'll see.
That's a throw. Gets it back. Has a pop! And the counter is on. Plays it out to the flank. Tried to play it through.
Look, he's offering an apology to his teammate, who's clearly miffed at not being picked out despite making what looked like the right run.
Over to the left. The ball's come loose and the chase is on.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Goes for goal! Oh no, it's an own goal! Well, that wasn't in the script, and you have to feel for him, Peter. It's ended in some embarrassment.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. It's going to be a double change then. Fortuitous as it may have been, they all count one. That's a terrific surge down the right. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Chance to shoot. Shot at goal! Battles to win it back. Shapes to shoot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking the cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Oh, just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. So another win, that's 2 from 2, and it is looking good. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, that is one big weight off your shoulders now. Progress that was well warranted if you consider the performances to this point. And I think with the pressure off, they can already start their preparations for the next step, which puts them in great position.